Welcome to Whiskey and Wonder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Whiskey and Wonder, a podcast where we get together every week, we review a whiskey, and we teach the others something that has made us wonder. My name is Megan.
I'm Jamie. Usually you introduce me.
I normally do, but you've been here long enough. You can introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm resident backup host. I don't belong here, but yet I keep showing up anyway.
She keeps popping in. Tyler is on vacation. He is in my home state. He's in Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah. So him chilling out in Colorado, and Jamie is here with me this week to record an episode. So a couple things about us. If you're here, you just heard us say what we do. We do have a Patreon.
It's in the name.
It is.
We whiskey. We wonder.
We wonder. It's together, we are whiskey and wonder. We have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/whiskey and wonder, our website is whiskeyandwonder.com, where you can find all of our socials, our Instagram, Facebook. We have a merch store you can also check out on our website to get t-shirts, whiskey tumblers, stickers, all sorts of cool things. And we're on YouTube, so please go look for us on YouTube, Whiskey and Wonder, and subscribe, hit the little bell thing. That way we can get some more YouTube perk things going on.
Yeah, you're also seeing a lot more of Whiskey and Wonder on the social of the medias.
We are. That would be Jamie's fault, or I guess fault is not quite the right word.
I mean, I could let him die.
Jamie has decided that she's sick of Tyler and I's fuck shit on being unable to stay on top of social media. So Jamie was like, oh, fuck you guys, I'll do it. So
it's not quite how the conversation went down.
It's exactly how the conversation went down, word for word.
For the most part.
Yeah. Tyler and I always complain about having to do the social media, and we're horrible at it, and we know it's the biggest way to grow.
You do. The both of you do absolutely nothing with it, and then you're like, why can't we grow our podcast channel? So I got sick of listening to y'all bitch and moan and whine every Sunday, so here I am.
Social media manager. Mm-hmm. Ta-da. Self-proclaimed.
Tyler doesn't listen to these, so he doesn't know.
No.
He's probably figured it out.
I'm assuming he's figured it out by now. That or he's like, damn, Megan has started posting a lot.
Megan is on it. 3 posts in one day. Megan is...
Yeah, what is happening? Thank you so much to our Patreons who do go to patreon.com/whiskey and wonder and support the show, including those of you guys who donate through PayPal and all the other wonderful things you do. And those of you guys who will send us whiskeys to try and just all the awesome stuff. You guys are the best. So thank you so much for everything that there is that you guys do. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I always get through the initial announcements 1,000 times faster than Tyler.
Because you do.
Okay.
And it's great.
Okay. Well, that being said, let's do this.
The open segment.
Is it super duper quiet for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's just the headsets are quiet and it's not I fucked with a setting and I fucked it up.
In case you guys at home didn't hear that open segment.
Well, Jamie and I, for those of you guys who are brand new here, live together.
We live together because we are together.
Exactly. So that's my whole ass person over there. So it's really hard to do a wonder segment with you guys because we share everything together.
Not a wonder segment, an open segment.
Open segment, whatever. Open
Jesus
segment.
Christ.
So, Jamie, how's your week been?
It's been great. We bought a whole ass fucking adult couch, Megan.
That is right. I was wondering, I wanted you to say whole ass adult couch. Like,
whole ass, like, adult ass couch. Like, everybody knows what I'm talking about. There's couches, there's love seats, and then you go to your adult friend's house, and they just have a better couch than you do. They have an adult couch. Because it's always the couch. When you go over there, you're like, oh, fuck, my life isn't together as I thought it was. And we have one of those friends.
We have one of those friends.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly who. Then, you know what? Should I call him out?
Fisco,
Fisco.
We've been eyeballing your couch and going home and crying at night about it. And so we went out and we bought one.
Yep, we bought a whole ass adult couch from a real furniture store.
Mm-hmm.
Like a store that is just furniture and not furniture you have to make yourself.
Not IKEA.
Not IKEA. We went to a real big grown-up furniture store where there's a salesperson in fancy clothes. It's like, may I help you?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we want this couch.
She was great, by the way.
She was
wonderful. She
was
gets a good
really
review.
nice. Yeah, she was very nice. And I really liked her ring.
Mm-hmm. And her keychain.
And her
You were
keychain.
all about that lady.
She was a cool lady. Did you see that she had a horse on her arm tattooed?
Yes, I did. It was the only thing I noticed.
So yeah, guys, we got a whole ass couch. Like,
we had a couch.
it'll be delivered on Friday. So next time we have an episode, like a recording, we can talk about how comfy and amazing our brand new couch is because it's getting
looking forward to that couch.
delivered.
Yep.
That's how adult it is. It's being delivered by people who
I
are going
don't
to put
have
it in
to-
our house.
I don't have to strap it to the back of a pickup truck with
Nope.
one strap and cry going down the road.
Yeah, so that was big. There was other stuff we were supposed to talk about on the open segment
I
that we
can't
talked
remember
about last
anything.
night, and we're like, we're going to talk about this and this and
We
this.
did a whole fucking rundown because of this right here.
I was like, we
And
live
I
together,
can't.
so we need to tell the people. And all I can remember is couch.
Yep. What were the other things, Megan?
I don't know.
My wonder segment's going to be kind of short since I split it. So we got to fill it now. We got to fill the time now.
We need more time.
What
More time.
happened? I'm getting sick, so my voice may or may not go in and out during this. This is going to be fun. So,
Yep.
What else happened?
Well, tell us about the pets. I thought that was the coolest little acronym ever.
The pets. Yes. Okay. So along with me taking over social media, I had to hire some staff to help me do that. And so Brooks and Navia and Bo, which I have been unable to acquire a picture of Bo, so he is not on social media yet. But Bo, Brooks, and Navia are the public entertainment technicians. They are the pets for Whiskey and Wonder. And they fuck shit up.
They fuck shit up?
They fuck shit up.
Oh, what do you mean they fuck shit up?
I have photo evidence. Do I need to post it on the Whiskey and Wonder?
What? What did they fuck up?
Do you guys... You don't know how long. So, Whiskey and Wonder just recently posted a picture of Brooks and Navia announcing them as the new pets. And there's also a picture
Oh no, you got photo evidence.
of Megan laid out in our living room floor from just complete mental exhaustion from trying to acquire this photo.
So,
And the dogs are just sitting there just, you good, fam?
you all right? You good? Are you sobbing?
Mm-hmm.
You're not sobbing. You're fine. So,
The service dog wasn't even servicing. She was just like, I can't, this is above my pay grade. Like, she's looking at me in the picture like, you deal with it. I can't. I don't get paid enough for this.
that is, since we've got together, that's kind of been her default go-to. It's like, that's your problem now.
Yeah, she just looks at me like, you deal with it.
She's like, I've clocked out. I got her to you. Now
Yep. Mm-hmm.
you figure it out.
Yep. She'll service me, but
Yeah.
she won't service you anymore.
Let's not use the word service as a verb.
Megan, you need to calm all the way down. You need to calm all the way down. You are doing too much. The dog is a service dog. She provides service. What I said was not incorrect. Calm down. Reel it in.
Yeah, it's reeling in. It's reeling in.
Reel it
I'm
in.
calming down.
This is where shit gets weird, guys.
We made it weird.
We did. We made it fucking weird, bro.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna talk.
What? Oh, did you get the sickie?
Are you making me sick too?
Probably.
This is just a
The
perpetual.
plant sperm my body can't deal with. So, like, do you also struggle with plant sperm?
I do struggle with plant sperm.
Oh, I really can't. Like, I can't.
Pollen just fucks my world up.
It does. The fact that I stayed intact yesterday when I mowed the grass, I was big concern.
You mowed the grass.
Mm-hmm.
That's something. Ta-da!
She acts like I don't regularly mow the grass.
No,
like
I'm
I
trying-
maintain my yard.
I'm trying to think of things to talk
Fucking
about.
sexist. This bitch mowed the grass. How dare I do something that every homeowner should be capable of?
So
I made the switch from Apple products to Samsung products, and I have deduced that Apple is a cult. Don't come for me, Steve Jobs Corporation.
yeah, you need to tell that story. You go ahead and tell that story.
So my boss listens to these Hey Boo thing. When I decided to make the switch over from Apple to Samsung, I was like, hey, you got 80,000 kids. One of them wanted an Apple Watch.
80,000.
I'm sure to her it feels like 80,000. She has 5. Ooh, inside thought joke.
Oh, but it's the open segment. Perfect time. Perfect time for inside thoughts.
Nope.
We both
Nope.
have flipped so many times.
No.
Text me.
Anyway, and she's like, yeah, second oldest child wants one, needs one. And I was like, cool. She can have mine. And so pre-ordered my phone. It's the new S23. My phone is better than Megan's.
She's so proud of the fact.
Oh my God. Do you how hard it was for my ADHD self
to not
to
just get my phone.
exhibit self-control and not act on an impulse and wait 2 weeks? That's how long I waited. Was it a week or 2 weeks?
It was like a week and a half.
Yeah. It was so hard. I pre-order the phone. It comes in. I go in to have everything switched over. That took 3 hours or longer.
There's a reason for that.
Well, we live in a town, in an area that has a reputation. We ourselves do not live in the direct area, but it is all around us.
We're in a little like pocket.
Yep.
The postal service can't even find us.
Yep. And I believe a resident of a certain population was in the building that night. Aliens were coming. Aliens were in her phone, and it was a travesty.
You got to be a little bit more specific than that. This lady walked into this store. I'm at work, so I don't know the story.
Well, tell it, Boo. You going for it?
I'm starting it for you. So
she was already in there.
Oh, you
when I
walked
got
in,
yeah,
and she was already there.
She was already in
so
there.
who knows how long she'd been there?
I have no idea. Well, because they make you wait. Like they set you up in like a little queue.
Mm-hmm.
She was waiting. She was the person before me. So, like, she had been helped or got helped first. And, like, they're struggling back and forth. He's calling the cell phone company, like, the bigwigs, going back and, like, she's now behind the desk at one point, like, on their phone, talking to the corporate people. Like, they're going back and forth. Other people are trying to help me now. And to make a very long story short, she ends up being serviced by the manager of this building. And it comes down to just me, her, and one other family in the building. My guy helping me has factually clocked out for the day. Like, he's in the middle of helping me, and he's like, well, end of my shift, gotta go, bye. Have fun.
My God.
Yeah. And which he was like, my manager's gonna take you over. And I already knew that wasn't gonna happen because he was dealing with an alien lady. Which, if you're listening, I hope you figured it out.
If alien lady's listening? Okay.
And she just is sitting there while he's got her phone trying to help her because the aliens are in her phone. And she starts from in the chair, seated in the chair, starts stomping her feet and doing like this whole thing, crying because aliens are in her phone. But circling back to Apple is a cult, I took my phone, brought it, or not my phone, my watch, and was like, hey, I'm giving this to somebody. Can you clear it? And you were with me.
Yeah.
Like, they took it.
And they were like, yep, it's cleared.
They wiped it. They pushed a couple buttons and was like, hey, you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Give it to your person.
Yep. Give it to the person. Have them call this number to set it up on a phone line. So me and you were like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I give it to her. And then the next day, she texts me, or my boss texted me and was just like, hey, how do we get it to work? It's not working. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not working? And they send me a screenshot of the screen of the watch, and it says locked to owner. And you and I were in the grocery store, so I had to like step away from you and leave you alone in the grocery store, which you hate anyway.
I'm codependent.
So you could figure it out. So I had to feed your abandonment issues for 2 minutes while I tried to figure that out while I was on the phone and trying to Google at the same time. Meanwhile, Jamie, going on in the background.
I'm not pathetic, I promise.
And come to find, like, eventually figured out that it was still somehow attached to my Apple account. And I had to go in and remove it. So you and I tried to do that. Like, I log in, and apparently you can only change your Apple information from an Apple device. Which we are now
A Samsung
the
family. We're an Android family.
Yeah, we're not a whatever.
Apple.
We're not a
Microsoft. Or
yeah.
nope, opposite of Microsoft. Apple.
Yeah.
Macintosh.
Sure. So I don't have one of those. So like I had to go in and like request to verify myself, give them every single aspect of information about myself, including my underwear and sock color. For them to think about it for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me they're going to call me to verify my identity. Like set up an appointment at 2:43.
On the appointment time was, we will call you at
2:43. For them to text me at 2:43 and say, yep, you are who you say you are. You can fix your problem now.
Needless to say,
Yeah.
fuck Apple.
Apple is a cult.
And if you are an Apple user, I'm sorry.
Anyway, you have to have something else.
Do I?
We had a list of at least five things.
We did. I can think of.
Fucking knew we should have wrote this down.
Yep, we should have. And we're like, no, we have so much to talk about. We'll remember it. We'll remember all of it. The only thing now I can think of is how painful it was to get those pictures that are on the Whiskey and Wonder Instagram. And out. So those you guys should go check out at Whiskey Podcast on Instagram and look at the photos that broke me as a individual. One, I'm getting these two dogs to wear a hat, which they are dog hats. They are designed to be worn by dogs, but
ear holes and everything.
They do have ear holes. It's really cute. You should check it out. But there are also hats on dogs, and so neither dog particularly wants to keep the hat on, so they keep like trying to get the hat off. It's problem number one. Problem number two, Jamie was like, well, one of the dogs needs to be wearing glasses. She wanted both of them to be wearing glasses, but
whoa. The stipulation was that Navia wear the glasses.
Okay.
Because I knew she could.
Okay, fair. I am a dog trainer, and I was like, I know Navia could wear these, but I bet I could get Brooks to wear them. And so our cattle dog, who you will see a lot of on Instagram now, who is in the process of being trained, but is not yet trained, who has a lot of trauma and issues in his life.
It's a year anniversary, Megan, of when I picked him up from the emergency vet. Our early listeners from the first Jam episode will know of that story.
Yep.
It's been a year of the woken leg. Do we get him a cake?
No, we don't need to feed into his woken leg tragedy anymore. As it is, like thunder rolls, and he's like, my leg.
That's every individual with a prosthetic. Not prosthetic.
A horrible example. A truck backfires, and he goes, my leg.
Yeah.
And so, like,
he is that one.
The cat looks
anchovy on SpongeBob.
The cat looks at him, and he's like, my leg.
My leg.
Anyway, so my head is like, I'm gonna get enough dog trainer. I'm gonna get this bitch to wear glasses, and I'm gonna get Navia to hold a cigar in her mouth and not chew on it. And I did it. It took me probably 45 minutes.
You did that.
A lot of
Navia's traumatized by it.
Navia,
she just got up and walked out.
She was like, we're not reliving this story. Took a lot of tears and a lot of death threats. There was a lot of like, I'm gonna kill both of you. We're not gonna have dogs anymore. Make room for new dogs. But I got the pictures, and by the end of it, I am on the floor actively a wreck, and Jamie's like, picture.
We went to the melting pot.
Fuck, that was one thing we were going to talk about. We did. So I have been a dog trainer for many years now, over a decade.
What the fuck does this have to do with the melting pot?
And one of my clients from way in my early career was putting down her dog and contacted me and was like, hey, I know we haven't talked in years, but you were this dog's trainer, and I thought you should know that, you know, we're saying goodbye. And they asked if I wanted to come see him and say goodbye, and I did. And so Jamie took me Thursday morning to basically go say goodbye to this OG student of mine. And I was
Are we shouting that dog out?
I am choosing not to say any dog or owner's name.
Okay.
Just for privacy.
That's why I asked.
So Jamie takes me to say goodbye to this dog, and I am a wreck. I'm supposed to work that day. I can't stop crying.
I knew that wasn't going to happen.
I can't stop crying for more than 30 seconds. I am hysterical. End up basically like, I don't know, clocking out for the day. And Jamie being the literal best. I could gush and make this really embarrassing, but Jamie being the literal best was like, I'm going to take you out and we're going to celebrate like life because you've had such a rough day. I'm going to make it better. And that is exactly what she did.
Mm-hmm. We went to the melting pot and ate all the foods.
It was so good.
So good.
So good. Navia wants that hoodie off.
Well, keep talking about our week and I will go take it off.
Okay. So Jamie takes me to the melting pot, and we celebrate this dog's life and just kind of life in general. And we have a good time. And lovely. Who called me lovely? Was it your mother? Mm-hmm. So I got apparently the compliment of a lifetime. Jamie's mother, who might listen to this. So if you do, hi,
She's
Brandy.
gonna, because I'm gonna make her.
Oh, hi, Brandy. I like
Hi,
you.
Mom. Hi, Jan, because you're listening too.
Oh, hi, Jan.
That was not passive aggressive. Now I'm paranoid.
Apparently, Jamie's mom called me lovely, which is apparently a big deal. Like,
My mom does not bestow compliments.
so I feel super honored, and that was really exciting. So I'm glad you think I'm lovely. It's nice.
Mom, you're lovely.
That sounded passive aggressive.
It wasn't. It did.
It did. It sounded it. Brandy, you are wonderful, and you spawned my favorite thing in the world. So, like, thank you. Oh no. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Do we have anything else to add about?
We do, but I can't.
Can't remember.
We
it?
didn't write it down.
Nope, that's on us. This has already been a longish open segment, so
Long-ish,
we killed some time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else? All right. I love you, Jamie.
Opening the bottle.
All right.
Stop. This is where I take over. So we obviously needed a whiskey for this episode. So one of our errands that we ran during the week was going to acquire the whiskey that we have for this episode. And Megan, being the absolute simp of an individual that she is, saw the bottle with the horse on it and knows that horses are there were my original career. They are my passion, and for the longest time, the reason for me getting out of bed. And so she's like, that bottle got horsey on it. We get horsey bottle just to make me happy. So here we are. Continue on.
Okay. So literally that was the story I was about to tell you guys is this bottle had a horse on it. And I was like, there's a horse on this bottle. I get the one with the horse because it's Jamie. So we are drinking Pinhook Kentucky Bourbon. This is their 2021 flagship bourbon known as Bourbon Heist. Now, why do I specify that? Because this company, Pinhook, does something super, super cool. Every year, their bourbon and their rye, because they make both, is different. And every year, they are made and named after a particular thoroughbred. And if I was better at my job, I would actively have this pulled up, which I do. I just
What do you need to know?
don't worry about it.
What do you need to know?
Pinhook crafts distinctive bourbons and ryes each year by applying a winemaker's approach to whiskey. Using careful barrel selection, small batch blending, and bottling at the perfect proof to enhance its distinct qualities, we relentlessly pursue the complexity and balance that make each new vintage as intriguing as the promising young thoroughbred on its label. American whiskey is traditionally blended to replicate an established flavor profile, then bottled at a fixed proof year in and year out. Breaking with this standard, Pinhook releases its whiskeys in vintages that take their cues from that year's mature barrels, which have been shaped by natural variations in the ingredients, the oak of the barrels themselves, and the conditions in which they are stored.
That's a 2021 bottle?
Yes.
I'm wondering if there is some intention behind this. Bourbon Heist ran in 2021 and got a second, a fourth, and a sixth that year.
So they pick their horses based on up and coming thoroughbreds.
Correct.
So he was up and coming in 2021. So
Correct.
they pick him.
Okay.
The design of these bottles are all super, super cool. So you can tell by the color, the geometry, and the horses, like what particular whiskey you are going to be getting.
So essentially, gotta collect them all.
Literally, when I was reading this, I was like, oh, so we need all of them. So orange is their flagship bourbon. Green is their flagship rye, but then they also do purple, navy blue, brown, gray, yellow, and sky blue. And those all denote different types of either bourbons or ryes that they do. The geometry on the bottle, so the background and the shapes that...
Is that his skins?
No, this is the release year. Every year has a different geometric pattern. According to their website. I don't know. You can look in if it's his skins or not. I don't know. And then the horse on the bottle is then the horse that the whiskey was inspired or named after.
No.
So we are drinking Bourbon Heist, which is their 2021 variant.
Evolution.
Yeah. All right. And so talk about Bourbon Heist or horses, please.
I don't know. Horses are cool. Like I said, bourbon, I did like 2 seconds worth of research. Bourbon Heist ran in 2021 and pulled a second, a fourth, and a sixth that year. Megan and I are both hoping that this whiskey is going to be good. We want it to be good so bad. I do not drink the alcohols, so all of it's kind of nasty to me. So, ooh, thank you.
So, surprisingly, for having a podcast that's all about whiskey, I don't drink a whole lot. In fact, I drink on the podcast, and maybe I'll have a glass of something once a week. That's pushing it. Tell me I'm wrong, Jamie. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me. Say it.
Yes, dear.
No, tell me if I'm wrong. Like if I'm
Nope.
if I am misconstruing myself.
No. My mother and stepfather are like, I can hear them in the back of my head. Don't do it. Keep your mouth shut, bitch. That's what I'm gonna do.
Jesus Christ. So I say that because Jamie's like, all alcohol is gross. And
I'm just saying Megan's wrong.
Megan's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How am I wrong?
You're just wrong.
I'm just wrong. I just exist in perpetual
You're right
wrongness.
for the most part. But you're also wrong.
I want to know how I'm wrong.
You like coffee a whole lot.
Coffee, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying, like, it's already awkward. I'm trying to hold your hand and get you to where I need you to be without, I'm trying my best to talk around this bush.
Well, okay. We'll just go, or I'll just stumble past it.
Okay.
As I was pouring, like, and before I even smelled, like, just pouring it into the bottle.
I can smell it now?
You can smell it now.
Oh, God, yes. It burns so good.
So as I was pouring, I got so much, like, orange creamsicle.
I do get a lot of orange in that one sniff.
And I've only sniffed it a little since then. But man, like orange creamsicle is like immediately like where my mind went.
I don't get creamsicle. So I have a obsession with Terry's chocolate oranges, and it has to be Terry's brand. You're nodding because like it's an obsession.
Yeah.
And so when I smell this and I smell that, like, processed orange isn't the right word, but I don't know. My brain goes to chocolate orange.
Okay. So are you getting chocolate orange? Is that?
I'm not getting like there. I know there's no chocolate in this, but like my brain's just like orange, chocolate orange.
Okay. I mean, I get why you're thinking
Now that I've said
Terry's.
chocolate orange, you smell chocolate orange, don't you?
Yeah, I can get why you're saying that. I still am going to go with orange and like vanilla cream, like more orange creamsicle, but I can see where you're getting Terry's, like going to Terry's chocolate oranges with.
Yep, I live in Terrytown.
And there's also like very traditional, what I would think of as like bourbon flavors. Like I can smell the oak. It's very, very sweet, very candied. So I mean, I'm gonna go with like chocolate orange creamsicle, and then this kind of base bourbon, oaks and butterscotch. But the orange is kind of almost overwhelming, very orangey in my opinion.
Okay.
So we are supposed to be smelling, and you may taste now, orange blossom, nutmeg, and fresh roasted coffee. Well, orange blossom I got orange blossom. Nutmeg and fresh roast coffee. Not getting that. But Jamie has now since tried it, and she is not.
Don't speak for me.
Don't. Okay. Well, fuck.
I did not hate that going down, but like it got stuck like right here and just burned. So that's why I'm like, move.
It
got stuck.
It has a delayed burn.
Yes, and I don't like. But the flavor is cute.
I don't know if I've ever heard of a flavor being described as cute.
It's cute.
It's a cute flavor, and then it sets you on fire.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Well, so exactly what Jamie is saying, there's not a whole lot of burn when you initially like taste it, and then you swallow it, and you're like,
and then it lights your intestines
my God.
on fire. Yeah.
Like that, like still in my chest. I'm like
that was actually really enjoyable until I swallowed it.
I was so focused on the experience and the sensation that I didn't get a whole lot of specific flavors other than it tasted good, but then it hurt. Tasted good and then it hurt.
Okay. So I intentionally let it sit on my tongue that time. And the tongue took most of the burn, which is nice. I taste cedar.
A cedar. Interesting.
Like just a cedar plank.
Okay, like just cedar wood.
Yep.
Cedar, not oak. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Look at me. Cedar shavings. Like you would put.
Like you'd put in a horse?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, oddly enough, I can pick that up because I do get wood. And I can easily make the transition to
You've been at the barn with me where at these two lovely individual horses that I now babysit. Mm-hmm. And you've been in there with me when I clean stalls. And
it's cedar. Yep. You are not wrong. And I don't know how to feel about that. You're not wrong at all. So yeah, I get cedar. The orange definitely sticks around. I would say it's not a candy orange as much as like an orange zest.
Like I feel third sip in, I feel like when I look at it, there should be an orange peel slice in here.
100%. Very orange zest, orange peel. So I'm getting orange. I'm getting cedar. A bit of not quite cream, but something creamy. But it doesn't have like the thickness of a cream. I don't know what it is I'm getting. And then there is some like either caramel maybe or butterscotchy sweetness.
If you let that sit on your tongue too long, like it hurts.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Don't let it sit on your tongue that long.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I can think of is my mom. Hi, Mom. Has always told people, and I've honestly always lived up to the reputation of being a very scratchy and bleedy individual. And I'm not that way anymore. At least I'm making a conscious effort to not be. Sometimes it's really hard. But I'm trying to be more pleasant. And when Megan said that is very pleasant, but then afterwards it's very angry, and that's all I can think of is I'm pleasant facing, and then I'm very scratchy bleedy.
So this is Jamie in bourbon form.
Yes.
Maybe that's why I like it. So the palate is butterscotch.
I can maybe get behind that.
I can get butterscotch.
Yep.
Toasted coconut.
Speaking of, Mom, you owe me some butterscotch brownies. It's time.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll have to talk about that off air because I want to compete with your mom's brownies.
No. Not butterscotch brownies.
Oh, it sounds like
no, you
challenge.
Don't. No, you don't.
Okay. All right, Brandy, I see you. Toasted coconut, almond, and sassafras.
With sassafras.
Sassafras. And that's what we have to say about that. But
cheeseburger.
What the fuck?
You good, fam?
No. No, I'm not. I'm happy.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Anything else you want to add about the bourbon? Or are we just
it's good. The 4 or 5 sips that I had, I'm interested to see how this would be with an ice ball or with water.
Yeah.
Because it is so violently burny.
Oh no, we need to try it with those damn glasses that you bought, Jamie.
We do. That was the one thought I had that I forgot. The train left the station and now it's back. I want to try this with the Chaser Jigger glasses.
Yep.
Because did you tell the people that we tried that after they came in?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think
so the glasses we talked about came in and we tried it. We grabbed the burniest thing that we have. Zero burn. A little disgusting, though, with just water and fiery bourbon that is now just bourbon. So if you can get past that, like I really would like to try this with the Chaser Jigger.
We need to bring the Chaser Jiggers over here and do some taste testing.
Yes, we do.
On the podcast. Because it really was an amazing science.
Like both Megan and I did not believe that they were going to work. And then they work. As intended.
Yep. Well, guys, if you're still here, thanks for sticking around this long. We're going to continue to sip on this Pinhook Bourbon Heist Flagship 2021 bourbon, and we are going to learn about something that I've been trying to figure out all day.
It's time for the Wonder segment.
Hey, boo.
Hi, honey.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, Megan, this was so hard to write with you being home because normally I would have wrote this on Thursday while you were at work.
But
you had a very traumatic experience, so you were home on Thursday. So this was very difficult to do, and I tried my damnedest to do this, and so you wouldn't figure it out. And I don't know if quite yet if you've done it or not.
I told you what I thought it is, so if I'm wrong, then I have not figured it out.
All right, well, let's talk about children, Megan.
Children?
Children.
Maybe I am right. Okay.
Particularly children in Colorado.
I'm right. I did figure it out.
In fact, we're going to talk about one particular child in Colorado.
Right. I knew it. Does her name start with a J?
Let's talk about Jon Benet Ramsay. Megan.
Yes!
Oh.
Y'all
don't understand. Like I called her at work and this today came up in conversation and I'm like, you have figured it out. And she's like, no, I haven't, because the only thing that I can think of from what you were saying is the Jon Benet case. And I know it's not that because whatever your reason was. And I was just like, okay. And you were like, yeah, but you didn't tell me that I am wrong. And I can't remember what you thought that I had a separate piece of information than what I actually have, which I'm curious as to your reaction when I tell you this piece of information that I have, because you think I have something different and that you are wrong about.
Okay.
But anyway, back to Jon Benet. I could go all day on this case with somebody. Like, let's go back and forth.
Yes,
Let's go.
queen.
Let's go. So I have tried to streamline this as best as possible. And even doing that, this is going to be a two-parter. Hi, surprise, guys. I'm coming back in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Next week? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So let's here we go. Jon Benet, as everybody knows, was found the day after Christmas, December 26, 1996. Jon Benet is the youngest of two children by the Ramsays, Jesus Christ, Ramsays, John and Patsy. There's an older brother, Burke, who is quite introverted, unlike Jon Benet, who is very extroverted. Now everyone knows her as the little pageant baby princess queen herself. In fact, if you you Google her, that's one of her pageant photos is her wiki. Her mother was a pageant princess herself, Megan.
She was.
Voted Miss West Virginia. Shut up, Megan. Shut the fuck up, Megan. Shut up.
You said you were going to scream at me to shut the fuck up.
This is it. Shut the fuck up, Megan. So with the help of her mom.
West Virginia. Okay.
Shut up. I love you.
Love you.
So with the help of her mother, so was little Jon Benet. Hers was the pageant queen. In fact, she was so good at doing the pageants. She won the very first actual pageant other than those I got a cute baby contest. And she was 4, I think. 4. She was 4. Now, like I said, we're going to streamline this. So let's skip all the way forward to Christmas Day, 1996.
We're not going to talk about her daddy or anything else.
We get there.
Okay.
We get there. Don't worry. We're skipping all the way to Christmas Day, 1996. Jon Benet is 6 years old. Santa brings her a bike for Christmas. Every 6-year-old dreams a bike. That evening, the family goes to a Christmas party and spends most of the evening at this party. In the car ride home, she falls asleep. John, her father, carries her from the car to upstairs to her bedroom and puts her to bed roughly at 9:30 p.m. I keep twirling the pen, and it's what I need to keep the screen from going black.
So stop.
Yeah. Reportedly, shortly after he puts her to bed, the parents, John and Patsy, go to bed themselves in preparation for a family vacation to the family vacation home in Lake Michigan the next day. So, Megan, if you haven't already been taking notes, you need to.
Do I actually need to take notes?
You might want to.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
She was put to bed at 9:30.
I can't get my pen out. Okay,
Please hold.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. We actually have that noise. You could brush it on your thing.
Where?
If you go to the folder that's titled SFX.
Oh, I ain't got time for that. Nobody got time for that. All right. Put to bed at 9:30, Christmas night. Patsy, the next morning, wakes up at 5 a.m. She goes downstairs, and on the bottom stair of her spiral staircase, there is a 2.5-page ransom note stating that Jon Benet had been kidnapped by a small foreign faction and that she was being held at ransom for $111,000. I lied to you. I am looking at the number and read it wrong. $118,000.
Which is such a specific number. Mm-hmm. That is such a specific number.
Mm-hmm. It's so Pacific. I did that just to agitate you.
It worked.
And the family was expected to pay this ransom by the next day in exchange for Jon Benet's safe return. The letter also states that if the family contacts the authorities or just doesn't pay, this faction would kill her. 2.5 pages to say all of that.
Are you going to read it?
I don't have the letter.
No? Okay.
That's what you think I have.
It is what I thought you had.
It's not what I have.
Okay.
Patsy, after reading this, goes running upstairs, screaming for her husband, John, the entire time as she's running upstairs. She's running into Jon Benet's room to check to see if she's actually there. Realizing she's not, John and Patsy deliberate on what to do and conclude that the police do in fact need to be called. And now Patsy, she woke up at 5, find the letter, read it, check for child. The call is placed by Patsy to 911 at 5:52. 5:52. It took you 52 minutes. Now, I would imagine you wake up, you go downstairs, you see this letter. You're like, everything's happening immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
5:52 seems like a long time. It feels like it.
It really does. Like, okay, hypothetically, way down in the future, Jamie and I, we have children. They get put up for ransom because we have $2 in our bank account. And they want the $2 that we have. The very first thing I'm doing, I'm screaming and waking you up, and we are immediately calling the police. There's no 50. Where did the 52 minutes come from?
Yeah. Like, Fisco, you're a mom. You have stairs. Time yourself. Get back to me.
Yeah.
The police arrive at 5:59. It's 2 officers. Now, this is where shit gets weird. Listeners, don't come for me. Mom, don't come for me. Megan, don't come for me. Because my mom loves this case too. She's actually the reason why I'm obsessed with it. Now, while Patsy is on the phone with the police, John is calling friends and family. Hip, my daughter gone. Please come over.
That's weird to me too, but go on.
And these people that he is calling are now converging upon the house, as well as police officers. This is where everybody gets angry. I can hear Fisco arguing with me, and she's not wrong. I'm not Fisco. I'm not arguing with you. The house is not a murder crime scene at this point. Her body has not been found. You would think, because of its missing child, it would still be considered some kind of crime scene. So, like, obviously something is wrong because the child is not home. But it is not labeled enough of a crime scene to warrant them to properly search the home and not let people just
come in and out.
Yeah. There's people all over this house, in and out as they please. This child is missing. At one point, some of Patsy's friends who are over are helping Patsy clean and wipe down the kitchen, which I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to do.
I feel like if there's a missing child, then that was taken from the home. The police are going to want to
listen. If a hypothetical Meg and Jam have children, I'm not cleaning the house.
No.
I'm not calling Fisco over and be like, hey, my kitchen's dirty. Come help me clean it. It's not until 8:20 that evening that her body is found by her father. Is it now a crime scene? So from 5:59 to 8:20, 5:59 in the morning to 8:20, there is an ungodly amount of people in and out of this house. There's cleaning going on. The crime scene is being destroyed. Basically, what happens is a female detective who was in the house looks at Jon and says, "Why don't you look around the house to see if anything looks weird?" Because obviously, this foreign faction had to enter the home to put the ransom note here and take the child. Look at your house. And Jon takes a friend down into the basement with him. And up he comes with her body.
She was in the basement the whole time.
She was in the basement the whole time. Now, the coroner says that due to the condition her body was found in, her time of death took place between 10 p.m. Christmas night to 6 a.m. the next morning.
Math. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Time frame. Interesting.
This is why I told you to take notes.
Yep.
And so this is, like I said, Jon and a friend, not Jon and a detective. Jon and a friend go into the basement. They find Jon Benet, reportedly under either a blanket or a jacket.
I've always heard blanket.
That's what I've heard too. If the photo I saw was correct, it's a jacket.
Okay.
He picks her up from where she was laying in the basement, carries her upstairs, and places her under the Christmas tree. So at this point, her body's been tampered with for all effective purposes. The body has been moved from its original position. So along with that, we have a house that's, again, completely contaminated. Now, a common knowledge with this case is that she was in fact strangled by a garrote, which those of you that don't know, it is like a piece of fabric or a cord or a rope attached to like a stick or a paintbrush or something that is long like this, and it's twisted until the person suffocates. That is found at the crime scene. A lesser known fact is that she was also found with 2 marks on the side of her neck that indicate that she was tased.
What?
You didn't know this?
I've not heard this. No.
Mm-hmm.
She was tased.
That is never confirmed.
Been proven.
But she has two marks on the side of her neck that is conducive with being tased.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Now, this is where I don't know how you're gonna feel.
Okay.
I have her actual autopsy report.
Okay.
Stamped by the state. Autopsy report.
Okay.
I thought you would get a little bit more excited.
I mean, I'm very excited.
According to her actual Boulder County coroner's autopsy report, the final diagnostics are the first one being the ligature strangulation, circumferential ligature with associated ligature furrow of the neck, abrasion, hemorrhages on the neck, hemorrhages, conjunctival surfaces of the eyes and skin of the face, which is also conducive with being strangled. She had other ligatures, scalp contusions. She had a fracture on the right side of her skull. She had a linear pattern of contusions on the right side of her brain. She had multiple hemorrhages. She had a small contusion on the temporal lobe. She had an abrasion on the right side of her cheek. She had an abrasion on her shoulder. She had an abrasion on her lower back and lower leg. And along with, there's also an allegation of SA to this child. And there are injuries conducive to that. She also had bruising on her right wrist, along with the 2 abrasions on her neck. There's nothing detected in her blood. Per coroner, the body of this 6-year-old female was first seen by me after I was called to the address identified. I'm not going to give the address, even though it's public information. That just feels wrong. In Boulder, Colorado, on 12/26/96, I arrived at the scene approximately at 8 p.m. on 12/26 and entered the house where the detective's body, deceased's body was located at approximately 8:20. I initially viewed the body in the living room of the house, which is where he took her, the father. The deceased was laying on her back on the floor, covered in a blanket, and a Colorado Avalanche sweatshirt. That must be where the jacket came into play. On removing these 2 items from the top of the body, the deceased was found to be lying on her back with her arms extended up over her head. The head was turned to the right. A brief examination of the bodies disclosed a ligature wound around the neck and ligature wounds around the right wrist. Also noted was a small area of abrasions and contusions below the right ear and by the cheek. A prominent dried abrasion was present on the lower left of the neck. After examining the body, I left the residence by 8:30. He goes on in describing the autopsy at his office, or whatever you call the morgue. He talks about her clothing and how tall she is, and goes into further detail of the in-depth injuries and of the garrote itself, and all of the everything that goes along with SA found with her. So that got a little bit heavy, but this is where I'm gonna kind of cut it off, and we're gonna leave it here. Did you catch what I said when I read the beginning part of his coroner's report?
No. What'd you say?
He listed in his report that he was there at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is the coroner there 20 minutes before a body's found?
Oh, shit. Maybe that's just a fuck up.
I thought coroners were called after the body's discovered.
Oh, that's, yes.
Why the fuck is he there? And why did he write in his report that he is there at 8 o'clock when her body was found at 8:20?
The only thing I can think of is he fucked up and he just put 8 o'clock rather than giving the specific time.
That's suspicious. The ransom note is 3 pages long, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck writes a 3-page long ransom note? When have you ever heard of a ransom note being 3 pages long?
The Jon Benet Ramsay case?
Other than this case.
Never.
It doesn't happen.
No. And you didn't go into like reading it, but
I get there.
You will next week?
I get there.
Because there's some specific verbiage they use.
Yes.
That you're like,
So I skipped this to go on to another fact and then came back to this. The note compared to other ransom notes is astronomically longer than every other ransom note known to man. And at the same time that this murder takes place, the movie Ransom is playing in theaters. And this is what Megan was saying. The verbiage in the ransom note is identical to the ransom note in the movie, right down to the dog reference.
yeah, it's
literally copy and paste,
suspicious
guys.
as
It is copy and like in every sentence there's like 2 or 3 words moved around and she used a thesaurus. That's like same words, different meaning.
yeah. We don't know who it is. Whoever wrote the ransom note, this individual.
There is also, which I was going to get to this in the next part, but we might as well address it. They sampled her handwriting and compared it to the ransom note, and it's identical.
Really? I thought it was inconclusive.
It's inconclusively identical. But you sneaky sod, you questioned the 118,000, and that being so specific. You're looking at me like you know what I'm getting ready to tell you.
I do. I know what $118,000 is.
It's his bonus.
That's his exact bonus that year.
The exact amount.
Yep, it sure is the exact amount of a bonus he's getting that year. Oddly specific that these foreign faction ransomers would know exactly what that man is getting as a bonus.
When, realistically, maybe one other person knows that piece of information. And I say maybe because if I was Jon, you would know.
Yeah. You would know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell anyone else.
Yeah, no.
No one else needs to know that information.
Which this is also a company he owns.
Yeah.
So. That's it. That's where we're at.
Oh, there's so
For
much
week
more.
one. There is so much
this,
more.
because
I
we
had to leave y'all on a cliffhanger.
We have to get into them trying to leave Colorado.
Shut the fuck up, Megan.
Oh my God. Jamie, we need to talk about it.
That's why I picked this case, boo boo. This is
Wow. Okay. Well,
now I can't figure out if you're excited that I did this or
I'm stoked. I'm so excited. This is one that I've wanted to do and it's been in my notes, but Tyler doesn't like murdy stories, so I haven't done it. I'm so excited we're doing this. I'm so into the yes. Good job, Jamie.
Miss West Virginia. Oh no! I dropped Navia, hip.
She says,
Hip.
fuck you, I'm asleep. All right, let's move on.
Trivia with Tyler.
I'm so excited for today's trivia. Jamie.
I need her to get it.
I can bend down and get it in a minute.
I mean, I can too, but it's her party trick.
It is her potty trick, but the only two people here are her parents. We don't need to see her party trick. She lives with us. Sorry, guys. Trivia with Tyler. Obviously no Tyler, but we still have to do a trivia. So as we were getting started, I was trying to find a really cool horse trivia.
I got one.
Hold on.
That was the other thing in the open segment that we were going to talk about. Why am I holding the microphone?
Well, let's real quick pause my trivia.
No. Go ahead. I'll do it at the end because it's going to make Asia mad.
Okay. So I was looking for a cool, really rare, horse trivia that Jamie wouldn't know. And I was like, Jamie knows all of these. There's not a single thing here that Jamie doesn't know because horses are her passion. But then I was like, a really good horse fact that Jamie definitely knows, but the rest of the world doesn't, that Jamie is going to really enjoy talking about?
Don't do it.
Jamie.
Don't fucking...
Tell me about white horses.
Fucking Christ. They are not a...
Trivia with Tyler. What is the trivia, Jamie?
Even though it is rare, white horses are a thing. But the majority of the equine population, they are not white, they are gray. Because very rarely is a horse born white. It is a genetic defect. Everybody's white horse, Taylor Swift's white horse, the one in Snow White, it is not a white horse. It is a gray because they are born a darker color. And as they age to about 2, they start to lighten up and they get that white gray coat. Lipizaners are white looking, they are born black.
This is the best trivia with Tyler that has happened in a long time. So now you guys know there is no such thing as a white horse.
Final thoughts.
Tell us your trivia.
Damn.
Sorry.
It's not necessarily trivia. I got a Mandela effect for you, Megan.
Oh my God.
Where's your kidneys?
We've had this discussion.
We have, and I had it with Asia too. And I think my coworker, who is not my superior, almost fired me. Love you, Asia.
I have always, my entire life, heard that your kidneys are in your lower back.
Mm-hmm.
In my entire life, that's you get kicked in your lower back, you're kicked in the kidney.
You're wrong.
I know that now because you and I had this argument.
Whiskey and Wonder listeners, go look it up.
Where are your kidneys located, Whiskey and Wonder listeners? I know some of you guys are in the medical field. Are you right?
I'm not going to say right under the lungs, but they are up here.
They're up.
Up in your
abdomen
titty
area.
Yeah.
I'm so upset by that knowledge. I
just pissed a lot of people off.
It's the worst knowledge.
Asia's so mad.
I still don't. That is a hell of a Mandela effect, which I think, have we done the Mandela effect on Whiskey Wonder? If we did, it's been many moons ago.
I think
we did, but it was one of our early episodes. I think in 30 or before.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Well, I've gotten to drink this a lot more than you have because you have been presenting. And I like it.
Before or after water or both?
Both. So I'm talking before water now. I like it. It is one you have to let sit on your tongue for a minute. If you take it fast, the burn like creeps up on you and like
Oh God, I
attacks
would
you
not
and,
want to shoot this.
and it hurts.
That's
So
so painful.
yeah. I shot it for science. Don't recommend. With water, however, the burn definitely
Ooh.
lessen. And it's what do you think? You just tried it with water. What's that? Ooh.
It's the flavor is mostly the same. The water takes away the burn. It is much more pleasurable.
Yes. Yes. I say
It's the same thing, but happier.
Just
add water. Add Megan.
I was gonna say, okay, you basically said what I was going to say, so I don't need to say it. It's you when you take the West Virginia out. Anyway, I get a lot more of the butterscotch coming out now that it's not burning so much. And so, I mean, the flavor is...
You're going to get us canceled.
I'm not going to get us
You're
canceled.
going to get us canceled.
No one's canceling anyone. It is happier. It is a much more pleasurable, enjoyable experience for everyone involved. Just like Jamie. So, I mean, I want this with an ice ball.
Ice ball.
Like, I want to try this with an ice ball, watered down, chilled. It is very candy. It's a very sweet whiskey once you take that burn.
I wouldn't say
You wouldn't say sweet?
Well, it's sweet, but I would not go as far as saying candy.
I feel like it's a very dessert type of whiskey once you take the burn away.
Yes, but like, no. Okay, so hear me out.
I'm listening.
There's dry wines and there's sweet wines.
Mm-hmm.
Against what the melting pot says. We love you, melting pot. Please sponsor us. Sponsors. Anyway, moving on. And then there's like the wine that we had at the restaurant. That wine I would consider a candy wine. Because it is
was that sweet.
Like it was almost like painfully sweet.
Yeah.
That sweetness is what I equate to as like a candied drink.
Then yeah, this is not.
It's not
candy.
It's sweet, but it's
sweet.
not.
It's desserty, but it's not sickly.
Yeah.
It's not sickly sweet. It's not.
It's not McDonald's sweet tea sweet. One more time for the people in the back.
Well,
Ugh. Sweet tea in general, but then McDonald's sweet tea is gross. I like it though. I like it a lot. In fact, fucking goddamn it.
Oh, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it?
With the water, yes.
With the water, it's a 10 for you.
With the water, it's a 10. With the water is 100% a 10. Without the water, 9. Do I rate it a 9.5?
Oh, that's between you and Jesus.
Okay. Well, what do you rate this, Jamie?
All right, so here's where I'm at. I was gonna give it an 8, but then my brain logic kicked in and said, "This is something that you would drink at home on a Tuesday afternoon." So I feel like that alone, if this could be an everyday drinker from me, it needs to be a 10. Like I feel like I have to give it a 10.
Okay. Knowing you
Knowing me,
and you saying like you would pull this out and
I
just
would pull
drink
this
it?
out. Yeah, like I would pull this out, have a glass after work, and
just
go
sip
about
on
my
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a 10.
yeah.
That is. high
As long
praise,
as
Pinhook.
as long as I have an ice ball.
Pinhook, if you're listening, you need to learn. You need to hear me. That is high praise. Jamie does not drink at all.
Mm-mm.
At all.
I don't have a thing. Maybe I do. Me and alcohol don't get along. I don't. I don't judge people for drinking.
No.
I don't people can casually drink around me and I'm not going to think two things about it.
But you're not a drinker.
Given the choice between alcohol and something else, I'm more often going to go with the whatever the non-alcoholic liquid is.
Yeah. So that is high fucking praise. Wow. That
Can we take this home?
yes.
Okay.
I am gonna leave it here for Tyler to try next week. But we'll take it home. It will live at our house.
Okay.
So yes. Well, guys, I mean, Jamie gives it a fucking 10. Do I go with her? Do I ride the 10? I wrote a 10 down in permanent marker. Permanent pen. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, 10.
Okay. All right.
10 and 10. I'm curious to see what Tyler thinks. If this is a high
Okay.
Tyler or if Tyler's like, you guys are fucking stupid. He might hate it.
He's gonna hate it.
We'll find out. I'll have him try it next week. Wow. All right. Pinhook, their flagship bourbon of 2021, Bourbon Heist. 10.
You did that.
You did that, Pinhook.
You did.
I am impressed. Very impressed. You guys have
That was enjoyable.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Pinhook.
We see you.
We see you. You did good.
Mm-hmm.
You did good, friends. And you did good, listeners, for sticking around for our fuck shit.
Oh, God. Y'all all get a cookie and a gold sticky star.
Oh, my God. Both a cookie and a gold sticky star.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The best listeners ever.
Listen, if they made it this far.
Facts. If you guys are still here and still enjoying this, you are the MVPs. On that note, man, you guys, we hope you enjoyed the first part of Jamie coughing directly into the mic. We hope you enjoyed the first part of Jon Benet Ramsay, and Jamie will be back in 2 weeks to finish up this unsolved mystery.
Probably one of the most infamous cold cases, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I would 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of reasons for why it's so infamous that we could get into next week.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll
Yes.
wrap it up. We'll get there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for sticking around. We hope you keep listening, and please like, subscribe, rate, review, do all the wonderful things you do. Thank you so much. Drink and drive. Cheers.